You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders, the team that used to be known as the Washington Redskins. Now, to me, they will always be the Redskins. Redskins, Cowboys, that was a huge rivalry back when the Commanders were actually the Redskins. It's one of the dumbest names in football, guys. So we will get to that. The owner of the Commanders is no longer the owner anymore. NFL owners actually approved the sale to Josh Harris. Dan Snyder, he is out the door. He's out the door. Also, the NFL actually fined him $60 million for all of the workplace harassment stuff that was actually going on over there. Dan Snyder has been a disaster. The NFL doesn't like him. The fans don't like him. And now that book is closed, guys. Now, there's a new era here of Washington football. And we got a couple of things that we actually need to talk about here now that Dan Snyder is no longer the owner of this football team. Now, I just said that the fans, they don't like Dan Snyder. The Redskins really have not been that good. See, I just call them the Redskins because they're going to always be the Redskins. But anyway, Washington fans, they're very, very upset. I believe that the name change also was not very popular. I mean, the Commanders, man, that's one of the dumbest names in sports. But let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Look at this here. Commanders fans had harsh message for Dan Snyder tonight. This is on the Spun. Now, the new owner is trying to actually make good with the Washington fans. And he actually invited them out for free beer. And they took advantage of this, and they had a very, very blunt message for Dan Snyder. It says here, the Dan Snyder era is over in Washington, D.C., and Commanders fans are rejoicing. A large congregation of them at the bullpen tonight let Snyder know just how they feel about him with a blunt NSFW chant of F Dan Snyder. And this is the video clip right here. Let's go ahead and listen into it, guys. Let's play it. Yeah, that's quite a few fans right there. And some of the people rocking the old Redskins gear right there. Actually, quite a few of them. The guy right here with the hat has a Redskins hat on and a T-shirt that says "Bye Dan." Guy over here to the far left of the video, Washington Redskins. People love the Redskins. Another guy right here, Redskins. I'm seeing quite a few Redskins gear out here. Quite a few of them, man. I mean, Dan Snyder, I believe he really, really did piss off a whole bunch of fans here. It says here, if you're wondering why so many Commanders fans are at the bullpen, new team owner Josh Harris called into a local radio station this afternoon and offered to pay for beers for fans who showed up at two bars, Old Ots and the Bullpen. That's a hell of a way to endure yourself to a new fan base. Yeah. I mean, he is trying to connect with the fans here, and lots of Washington fans, passionate fans. They are passionate fans. I just want the Cowboys to beat them. But hey, when it comes to the history of the game, man, the Redskins had a very, very good history. When you actually look back at the history of Joe Gibbs, you're not going to be saying the Commanders. It's going to be the Washington Redskins. Harris said all the right things Thursday, vowing to rebuild the franchise into a contender. Quote, as a lifelong Washington football fan who grew up here, I know that the Commanders are more than just a sports team. This is an institution passed down from generation to generation, he said. From day one, it is our top priority to deliver you a championship caliber team, and we will strive every day to ensure that we are a franchise you could be proud of. Right now, the number one thing Harris has going for him is he's not Snyder, who was an unmitigated disaster as an owner for more than 2 decades. I believe Dan Snyder bought the Redskins in 1999, somewhere around there. However, guys, there may actually be more good news here for Washington fans. Look at this here. Commanders rumor. Pretty good chance team will change name after Dan Snyder sale. And one of the reasons why is that they're fed up. They were so fed up with Dan Snyder. The name Commanders actually happened under Dan Snyder, and they just want to wipe away that history right there. Like I said, it was a dumb name. It says here on Bleacher Report, NFL owners unanimously approve a sale led by Josh Harris to purchase the Washington Commanders from Dan Snyder, paving the way for the move to become official and close shortly, which it already has. But it goes on here, and it actually talks about a name change. It says here, ESPN's Don Van Natter Jr. said on the Rich Eisen show that he believes a name change could be in order. Quote, I think so, yes. Van Natter said when Eisen asked if he thought the team could change its name and start completely fresh to separate itself from the Snyder era. Quote, I think there's a good chance of that to erase any part of the Snyder legacy to have a complete do-over. I would not be surprised at all, Rich, to see a name change and a complete rebranding. Needless to say, Snyder's 24-year reign was a disaster on and off the field, and we already know all about that right there. But Dan Snyder is actually going to walk away with a pretty penny, guys, because the sale was for $6 billion. That is, so far, up to this point, the largest amount of money anybody has actually paid for a professional sports team. But Dan Snyder, he's out of there. The fans are very, very happy. A name change. Now, I don't think they're going to go back to the Redskins. They should. It is a part of their history, but we know that the investors really, not the investors, but the sponsors, they were putting the pressure on to change that name. I suggest that they actually go back to a Native American name and honor Native Americans, honor American Indians. That was what the Redskins were about. The Commanders thing, awful, man, awful. The only good thing I guess you could say about the Commanders name is that they kept the colors. Yeah, keep the colors, man. But go back and honor American Indians. That's what the Redskins were. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.